my name is Matthew Soroka, and this is the Top Keys. Welcome here. We're in Miami here, and we are talking to Vinay Patel from Fairbrook Hotels. Thank you, Mr. Patel. Tell me more about what you do. You own, operate, manage different hotels. Tell me your story.
Sure. Yes, I'm based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Fairfax, Virginia, and I've got 12 hotels that I own and operate, mostly mid-scale, Courtyard to Holiday Inn to Sleep Inns and Comforts. And I've been there for almost 30 years, and I've got the, infamous last name Patel. So, kind of grew up in the industry. I graduated college, ran a small 15-room mom and pop motel. Me and my wife ran it, and it was a perfect size 15 rooms. I can clean 15 rooms in one day, and then I did desk in the evening. And after that, I said, look, I can't be doing this sort of stuff. So I ended up buying another piece of parcel and then built a hotel, bought another one, built a hotel, and just transacted over the last 30 years. And here I am with 12 hotels that we own and operate.
And you're also a member of AHUA, correct?
Correct. I'm also a member of AHOA, and I'm also the past chair at AHOA.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a very good story.
Yep.
Of course, it's very similar to most Patels,
Yep.
but your story is still unique. So
Yeah.
tell me, what made you, of course, get into the business? It's family oriented, but you could have done anything.
Yeah.
Why did you go into this as opposed to being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a contractor, or something else?
Well, first of all, I wasn't that smart to be a lawyer or a doctor. So that's like but I think the reason, and I say this to everybody that I meet and even here at some of the other conferences, and I talk to a lot of younger hospitality students, and I say that to them all the time is that it's a fun business, number one, right? You have to enjoy what you're doing, and so I think it's for us, for me, it's a fun business to be in. You interact with a lot of different people, all kinds of customers, all kinds of team members, all kinds of brands. You can, and really, it's a fun business to be in, and that's what kind of drives me to be where we're at. And one of the reasons that I also tell younger kids today is that this is probably one of the only industries that you can be a housekeeper and end up being a general manager, end up being an owner. It's just the difference is that hard work. And so, and so that's what the thing is. And in this industry, if you like accounting, you can do accounting, right? And so, P&Ls you got to review and a lot of stuff that needs to. If you like marketing, there's marketing involved in hospitality, right? And so, if you like engineering, there's maintenance. You can go out and fix this or hang this up or whatever. So I think it's a very diverse industry, and it really attracts a lot of different people, and you can kind of hone in on your interest that you like a lot.
As a successful person, a businessman, what would you say for a younger person starting out, whether they were in real estate or not? What's the key to success?
And this is a very simple answer, but it's hard work, right? I mean, you really have to just work hard. Nothing in life is easy. People will sit there and say, well, this industry, I can make a lot of money. Well, then you shouldn't go in the industry. Go in the industry because it's something that you really enjoy and you have passion for it. Hence the reason I think this industry is so good, because there's so many opportunities. As I mentioned before, you could do engineering, you could do marketing, you could do accounting, you can do whatever you want to do, CEO level, whatever you want to do. And on top of that, it's a fun business to be in. So it really kind of checks a lot of boxes off.
Tell me more about your family. How many kids you have? What do you normally do on your downtime? That's the most important. Everybody works hard. What do you like to do?
I'm a conference attendee. I traveled all different places to attend conferences. No, I've got a wife, and then I've got two kids. One's a 31-year-old and one's a 25-year-old. My 25-year-old is doing an MBA at Georgetown, and my older one is working with us right now.
Oh, that's great. So now, again, some training to the next generation.
Yep.
Similar to what you've done with your family, your parents,
Exactly.
aunts, uncles, whoever else was in the business, right?
Exactly. So for me, I got a 15-room motel. My son's got a 125-room hotel. So it's a little different, but yeah, they're right there.
When you were growing up, who did you like try to emulate or look up to say, I would like to be that kind of business person, or I would like to do this?
One of the things that I'll tell you, and what kind of helped me out, and I would encourage anybody to get involved, right? And so when you talk about getting involved, whether it be in AHOA or whether it be NABHOOD or whether it be HLA or whatever different associations, even local Chamber of Commerce or whatever. So to answer your questions to who did I look up to, a lot of these leaders that I met at these conferences, whether it be this president CEO of that particular conference or president CEO of a brand, and you see a lot of this stuff. And so I think there's so many different people that I ran across, but I wouldn't have run across them had I not gotten involved. right? I had to get involved. I had to show up, and you got to be there. So I think that's one of the biggest things, takeaway that I would tell younger people today that, hey, you got to get involved. You got to be in there. And when you get involved, don't come to the conference and stay in the room. You got to come down here and engage and talk. Even if you sit in a corner by yourself, somebody will come. And that's the beauty about the hospitality industry, that somebody will come talk to you.
So what's your next development? What are you looking at next? So you already have your portfolio of properties. You're looking for other types of deals, other states, other regions?
Yeah, look, obviously with the last couple of years, it's been tough. The lending environment has been challenging, but we've got hotel people and hotel owners always have this itch. They always have this itch. So yeah, they may be dormant for a couple of years. It's tough, but then they've always got this itch. So now all of a sudden, here I am. Here is 2025. I've got this itch. Like I got to start developing another hotel. So right now we're looking at a project where we're doing a Tempo, which is a Hilton product, and a Home 2, a combo hotel right now. And then we're always looking for acquisitions. I think time is a good time to buy. Even listening to some of the conference people that I speak to, price. I'm not saying they're coming down. The price never go down. But at the end of the day, it's probably a good time to buy because there's a lot of upside on looking ahead.
And would you say you're a person that likes to hold your investments as opposed to selling? Because that's one thing that I've made a mistake, is that I've sold my properties.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to keep one of, at least one, if not many, that I've already had. I'd love to keep that as a rent flow coming in.
Yeah, typically we keep our assets. Yeah, there's, look, as I said, in between the years, we've sold some, but generally speaking, we're long-term holders. It's a great real estate asset to kind of hold on to, and it's good income. I mean, yeah, there can be some tough times. COVID was obviously a very challenging time period for many people, but here we are in 2025, and, we're having conferences, talking to each other. We're sitting this close to each other,
Right.
Back in those days, you would think this is never going to happen.
Right, right. Okay, you want to plug anything?
No, as I said, I would just encourage everybody. It really is a fun business to be in, and especially when you start looking at some of the newer people that are coming in, especially some of the younger people that are in college and hospitality side. It really is a great business to be in, and on the icing on the cake is you make money on it too. So,
Right. Okay. So, this has been the Top Keys. I'm Matthew Soroka. Thank you very much. Great show and wonderful
Thank you.
meeting you. Vinay.
Thank you.